I'm Margie from Marjorie's Candies, and I'm going to make today for you sopapillas, which is a Mexican dessert that is served with honey. And what we'll need to start is flour, 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, a tablespoon of Crisco, a half a teaspoon of salt. You'll combine that, and then you're going to add just enough hot water to bring it all together. Okay, so I'm going to start with the flour. Just going to sort of combine all the dry ingredients. Okay, I'm going to mix that together. I'm going to cut in this little bit of shortening. I say Crisco, it's shortening. Kind of just like you would be if you were making a pie crust. And it's probably just fine. Let me get a little bit of hot water. I'm just going to add a little bit, okay, just enough to make it come together, just like a pie crust. Okay, can't be more than a couple of tablespoons. It's just tap water. Now, because you're using the baking powder that's double acting, again, I'm going to make these, and I'm going to right now I am heating up oil slowly, very slowly, because like I said, I'm going to roll these out and let them sit while the oil's heating up to about 400 degrees. It's going to be very hot. I'm just going to try to get that all to go in there now. This is a ½ cup dish, and it was almost full. Like I said, you add it slowly. Okay. Cool. Put a little flour down on my board. And we'll just bring this together. Just knead it together. I'm going to roll it out to about 1/8 of an inch thick. These are going, when we fry these, they're going to puff up into big balls, big pockets, we'll call it, like big. And you serve them with lots of honey. It's a dessert. Sometimes when you go to a restaurant and they have sopapillas on the menu, if they're not really the authentic sopapilla, they might just be frying up a flour tortilla. That really isn't a sopapilla. So if it gets a little bit too thin, just push it together. Okay, I'm going to cut it. I'm just using a pizza cutter. And maybe I'll cut it into, we'll just make 3, or I'm sorry, 6. Maybe we'll cut them a little smaller. Okay, and I'm going to set them on a board on this little rack, just to sit. Because, like I said, the baking powder will rise with the moisture. There's not too much moisture in here, but there's enough to if you let it sit for a few minutes while this is heating up. Okay, I'm going to turn that to high, and in about 10 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes, it should be ready, almost up to 400. And I'll show you what happens when you fry them. Okay, well, now the fat has reached 400 degrees, and I've just actually turned it down a little bit. And I'm going to drop in a sopapilla, and you'll be able to see what happens. Puffs up into a little pillow. I'm going to drop another one in because the temperature did not drop, so it's okay. You want to give them lots of room. So 3 is enough. I don't have that many that I'm cooking. They shouldn't be too dark. You serve these with lots of honey. I also like these with cinnamon sugar. It just depends on what you like, but I'm going to serve these with honey because that is the traditional way to serve a sopapilla. You want to keep the fat very hot. It's up to 400. I'm going to take this little guy out. Here's a little pillow. Okay, I took them out of all of them out of the fat, and they've cooled down just a little bit. And what you do is you serve them. They make it. There's a hole in there. They puff up, and you put a little or a lot, however much honey you like. That's how you serve them, and you eat them. Mm. And that's a sopapilla. Little pockets, little pocket bread.